Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.
Well, didn't that catch me off guard today, everybody? Guess what? It is Monday. Did you know that? I guarantee you didn't feel it like I did. Well, let me say it's a cool Monday in the neighborhood. And starting off this way, let us all exhale and say, oh, it's Monday, things are going to go right. Woo-saw, things are going to go right, and I know that for a fact. I have a great conversation that we're going to have today. And I tell you, you know my thoughts and my beliefs. I believe in working together. I believe in coming together because I think that if you take the I out of the equation and it becomes us, there's nothing that we can't do. You see what I mean? So today, we've got a conversation on something that's headed into Pensacola. I think together, I love the title, together, that we can create a safer community. I believe that with everything that flows in my heart and every single day. And I want you to sit back, get your cup of coffee, get ready to be a part of this conversation. Again, I say, you see, I believe when you put more minds together, when you come up with thoughts like that, we can come up with the greatest solution ever when we all talk about it. If we don't talk about something, it's going to stay right there. It's not going to grow at all. I want to welcome in my good friend Troy. I haven't seen in a while. Hey, Troy.
Hey.
I know you're not sure.
How are you?
And of course, my first time, Mr. Webb Jr. is here today. Good morning.
It's a real pleasure for me to be here.
Well, thank you. You know what? You thought you were going to be shy. I can tell. Look at him. He's smiling.
I've never been shy.
Not at all. But look, guys, thank you for getting up early this morning to come in with me to talk about the project that's before us, to talk about what's needed before us. And I believe that, and I'll say this till I can't say it anymore, I believe that working together, there's nothing we can't do. I believe when we put all of our thoughts together, we come up with a great solution. Because some with your thought and my thought, look out, the thought's going to get bigger. Add a little bit of yours and a little bit of mine. We got a great entity that's growing, don't you think?
You're right.
I agree as well.
You're right.
Look, what inspired the creation of this inaugural fundraiser that we're going to be going into? We're going to tell them about the fundraiser and what it is for Together for a Safer Community. But we're talking about a fundraiser to make sure that this all comes together. And let's talk about that, then we're going to slide in Tuesday. I want to get their mindset right.
Okay.
Talk about it.
Okay, what we believe is that one of REAP's foundations are promoting a safer community through reentry.
Right.
So since things are starting to gather more inside of REAP, we decided to say, hey, let's create a fundraiser to bring all the communities, organizations, the churches, the fire department, the police department, the county commission, everybody. So we can all know who the organizations are, what they do, so that way we are able to tap into those organizational resources.
Right.
Because we believe that if we don't do that, then we all stagnated as far as our thought process, as far as, where do we go get this? What do we get for homeless? How do we help reentry? What is reentry all about? Right now, the community, it's all about an ideal of what it is. What we're trying to do is bring it together so they'll understand what it actually all about and what our part that we play, that we all play in this community to bring it together.
Absolutely. You see, now that's just mimic just what I said. Coming together.
That's right.
That's what it's all about. And look, I can look. Vinnie got a good smile on his face this morning.
Yeah,
so why are you smiling so right now?
The reason why is because I was fortunate enough to have Troy come up with this idea. And he said, you know what? He said, we need to recognize the things that need to be done in our community.
I agree.
To bring those people together. And it's really his brainchild, and that's the exciting part about it. I can sit back, I get a little bit of credit for what he's doing, and the community, of course, benefits from this activity.
But you know, the good part about it is that you're working together.
That's right.
You're coming up with ideas to bring us all together. And I am such a strong believer in that, to bring us all together. Because I think why should we say we're working toward the same goal, right?
That's right.
Then why are we all going in separate directions? Think about it.
Yeah.
The reality is that we should not be going in separate
Exactly.
directions, okay? We need to be pulling together. And I know, I guess it was, it might have been Maya Angelou that first said, and she really repeated a often used phrase, it takes a community to raise a child.
Exactly.
Well, the reality is it takes a community to eliminate mistakes and problems and to come up with solutions.
I agree.
And that's that concept. Bring that community together to let us meet, work with, collaborate, whatever you want to say, but it brings us all together to accomplish the goal that we have.
I agree 100%. And Troy, I've always told you, I think that you always think outside the box.
Yes.
You don't just put it in this little thing right here to compact this small thought.
Yes.
You always open up so that everybody can benefit.
That's right. One of my problems with Troy is I'm afraid that when he comes in the morning and I say, "What's new?"
He's got something.
He's
to
loaded.
talk about.
He is loaded. So
That is the truth.
I mean, but no, even back to, what's that little puppet you created?
Dribble's the all-knowing
Yeah,
cat.
dribble.
Yeah.
I fit when I said that, dribble. Dribble, I mean, look at that. When you told me how you created that, I was blown away with that. But the fact of it is, you see, I believe that God gives us all this process that we have to use, that he gives it to us, so don't put him in a box, to use it.
that's right.
To benefit somebody else. It's not about just us. When you said the homeless, look at the number in this community. Now, when I found out that there were at least 1,900 children right here.
In the Escambia County school system, yeah, that's right.
That's right, in Escambia County. That's going through homelessness. I was blown away at that number. So why is it, and I'm talking to everybody today, let's come together so we can create together, that we can make this happen, a safer community, which encompasses all of that.
That's right.
And it just blows my mind that with good ideas like this, we try to turn away because I didn't come up with the idea. I'm being real, Troy.
Okay. Okay.
I'm being real. I'm just gonna say, I think if we don't just talk about it the small way, let it know and be what it is, we'll understand better. We can get out of that old habit of doing things the same way, expecting a different outcome.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
agree. Yeah.
Look, why is unity the central message of this event that you put together? Unity. That's the heart of what you're talking about. When I read through the flyer, it's all about bringing us together, the unity, the unification of the community. Why is that so strongly with you in putting this together?
Again, if we all work together, we can do more. We can build more. The city can be better. The county can be better. Because now we're all thinking on one page. I guess it's like building a car. Everybody has a part to building this car. If that one wheel or that one spark plug is missing, the car can't run.
Come on.
But if we all get together as a unity, as a city and a county, and we get together, we start talking about it and start discussing it, then we would become stronger. Things would become stronger. People will start mimicking what we do. This thing can start here, and it can grow bigger into other cities and states, and it has to start somewhere.
Exactly.
And I just believe it needs to start in Pensacola and Escambia County, because we are the best people to get it done. They're great people here. I love this town.
I agree.
I love Escambia County.
I have to say that when I moved here, I was like,
Yes.
and there's so much talent here.
Exactly. I agree.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
When you think Pensacola, I say, oh my God, at first I said, what did I come here for? I mean, but now I've been there for a long time.
Right.
Won't go away. But I see what you're doing, and how does the initiative differ from your traditional fundraisers, from your traditional people to say, okay, we're going to do this, we want this? What makes this different?
Well, because again, we're asking the people to come together. We're not just inviting people to come together. We're asking them to mingle, to talk. Hey, what do you do? Hey, what organization are you with? Hey, what church are you with? Churches come together. They're talking to other churches. People are just getting together to just talk.
Right.
To find out what we actually do.
Right.
There are so many programs in Pensacola, Florida, and I have to say this, through Open the Doors, which is a great organization that we have, which is our COC. But Open the Doors is a great program, and they have a lot of things that can help the homeless.
Right.
But we have to tap into that resource. But you have to ask yourself, how many people know about Open Doors?
Exactly.
And that's just it. So when Open Doors is there, like the police department, they can get familiar with some of the police that are there. So the police can get familiar with some of the people that are there.
Absolutely.
Then that way it makes us stronger. And they can say, hey, I know you. Hey, I know you too. I know what you do. Which is a great thing for the community. That's why we feel that it's strong.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I had Open Doors on not long ago, and they was talking about this initiative they were doing. They had to go out and get all these signatures to find out what people are, the ones that are homeless, to find out how they can help them. And I was so amazed at how many people will volunteer for that. But that's what I call coming together.
That's right. That's
Yes.
exactly right.
That's right.
It's that community working together.
Yes.
That's right.
And the sum is really greater each of the individual parts. What you can put together makes a big difference.
And I tell you, he smiles when you're talking. So obviously he's really, really, really love what you do, Troy. Because I mean, he smiles when you'll say something.
I do. I'm happy. I couldn't be happier.
You see, I mean, how did you two meet?
That's a short story, but a beautiful story.
Tell me about it.
I went to school in the chapter 31 when I first came here. And I didn't want to really get a job. I just wanted to go to school, get this last degree, and just shall I retire?
Right.
Because I'm an old man, so I just wanted to retire.
Please.
So when I told the VA, I was like, I said, well, they said, you gotta get a job now, at least work for us for 6 months. I said, why? Because it's part of your contract. I said, okay, I'll do it. So I'm like, okay. They said, well, how much you looking for? I said, I'm looking for like maybe $20 an hour, $25 an hour. They said, no, you're not gonna get that. I said, it's okay. I just need to work now. So let me fulfill my contract.
Exactly.
So he said, you got to meet Vinnie. I'm like, who is Vinnie? He said, his name is Vinnie Whibbs. He runs a nonprofit organization. And I think that you and Vinnie would be a great fit.
Right.
Because of your personality. So I guess they gave Vinnie a call. So about a week or so later, I'm like, I'm ready to get started in the work so I can get over with this 6 months.
You get ready to get behind you, right?
Exactly. So I met Vinnie, fell in love with him at Hello. He was like, he told me about the program, told me what he did, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna be here. He heard me right there. He heard me right there on the spot, and we've been together ever since. I started off at the market as a marketing manager.
Right.
And then I worked over to Maxwell, and then here we are right now.
Look at that.
But I told him I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be with Reed. This is where I want to be.
Oh, how you can see the passion.
I'm going to say this.
Yes.
I've been around business for about 60 years, okay? And so I've had a lot of interviews with individuals, had to employ people, had to terminate some people.
Of course.
But one thing that comes with that length of experience, every now and then you get it right. And I happen to admit that when Troy came in, the first thing I recognized was his enthusiasm.
Exactly. Doesn't he have it?
He's got it. He's bubbling over with it, okay? And the next thing that I recognized is that he had a vision for the future. He was not satisfied with the things the way they are.
Right.
And I think it was Bobby Kennedy way back when that said, I don't worry about the way things are. I want to worry about the things that are not. I want to figure out a way to change that.
Exactly.
And that's what I saw in Troy. And so what I've been able to do is really kind of to emphasize, give him that free rein to go out and come up with new ideas. Now, he's overwhelming, to be honest, okay? He'll work me to death. But the reality is that this program right now that we're talking about right now, bringing this community together, is really his brainchild. But it's exciting because for me, I recognize that it's something that could very easily be replicated. It can be starting here in Pensacola.
Exactly.
But it can go worldwide.
Yes.
I mean, the idea that your community can work together, that all different segments of the community can work together.
That's right.
We are a whole bunch better off working together.
I
than
agree with
working
you
opposed.
100%.
So I think maybe there's a lesson that we're going to learn in this coming year.
Might be.
That let's try to work together, and if we work together, we can get things done.
I agree. Look at you just smiling.
I mean, it's the truth. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's right.
It is.
I think that's what we need. I think we're in that dispensation of time. So let's get it done.
Exactly.
Let's get started. Let's not talk about it.
You took the
Let's
word
not
up my
talk
lips.
about
Let's
it.
not just talk
do
about
it.
it. Let's be
Let's
about
show
it.
some numbers at this fundraiser. Let's show some numbers on the pledges that we're going to bring out to churches and let them sign them. Let them come to read. Let them talk. Let them go to our website.
Exactly.
Let them actually see what we actually can do. And let's say, hey, send us a pledge. Hey, send us 50 pledges. Hey,
That's
as church
right.
calls, say, hey, send us 1,000.
Exactly.
So we can get this thing done. So we can show that we can create things as a community. We can get things done as a community.
I'm going to be totally honest with you. What better time to do it than now?
That's right.
It's so much greater to work like this with together, making Pensacola a safer place, the community as a whole. We hear so many churches. I mean, is it a difficult thing to get into the churches?
I don't think that it is. The churches here are very welcoming.
Okay.
I can say that. But the churches are, because of the different denominations, they are who they are, the churches. And it's okay, because I believe strongly that everybody has a choice. I believe that. But I also know that get into a church like anybody else or any organization, they have to like you. It's as simple as that. I don't care what you do or what goes on. These churches in Pensacola, Florida, they're stern, they're strong, they're God-fearing, and they believe. And I get that. That's why I love the churches here.
That's right.
So now, when we go to them, they have a choice.
That's right.
It's as simple as that. But at the end of the day, I believe that a lot of the churches will come together and they will come with us and say, hey, okay, yeah, we'll support this cause because we've talked to churches.
Okay, great.
And these churches have said that, hey, we want to partner.
Okay, good.
But you and I both know that closed mouth never gets fed either.
You're telling me.
So you can't talk about a church if you haven't talked to that church, went inside that church and understood that church. It's good to say something bad, but it's harder to go say, hey, can you help us?
Exactly.
So that's why I'm at with the church. I love the church. Every last church in here, the Bible Belt, I love it because they are actually a part of this community.
A big part.
They're a big part of this
because
community.
I had never seen this many churches in one community.
That's
when I
right.
moved in.
That's right.
I never seen a community with this many churches.
I love it.
I mean, and it's on every corner.
Yeah, because you and I both know that if you don't have that spiritual faith,
come on.
I don't care who you are. If you don't have that spiritual faith, you actually have nothing. You have to have that faith. Got to hold on to it.
No doubt.
And that's why I love these churches.
When you come up with the fact of putting this together, and I hear what you're saying. Now, we want to, if I'm just somebody here sitting there, how would you convince me to be a part of this? I'm a new person here. What am I going to benefit from this, Vinnie? What am I going to benefit from this, Troy?
Well, again, as we said earlier, you're going to benefit the fact of knowing everybody else, knowing what they can do, knowing what they can do for you, which means you can grow what you need because me working Maxwell, I'll give you an example. I didn't know much. I had to get on the street. And once I found about these different programs and different monies and different grants that are going on, then you'd be like, okay, now it's what made me who I am today.
Okay.
And that's from the same person that sits back in the corner. And I'm not talking about anybody particular. We're just saying, we're speaking in general.
Of course.
We're generalizing. I'm going to talk to that person and let them know, hey, anybody can benefit from anything. I don't care how small or how big it is. It's always the small details that count.
Absolutely.
And that's how they'll benefit.
No doubt.
One of the things that has always kind of bothered me is that people establish their little area of responsibility, their silo, okay? And I think right now we're moving to a point where we recognize that it's okay to have a silo, but you got to recognize that the silo is really part of your farm.
That's right.
I mean, there's a much bigger operation.
I agree.
And if you just stay over here in that small area,
you never
get to where. And so the whole idea of the concept for this program is that we're all working different areas.
That's right.
We all have our own area of responsibility, but at the same time, we all should be trying to get to the same goal. And by working together, that's
to have
the
a
concept.
safer community.
That's
I
exactly
agree.
right.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a conversation today I think that you should be a part of. And I'm listening, and as I hear this, and I say this often, just like when Vinnie was saying that everybody's got their little bit over here. Look, but how are you going to expand yours if you're going to keep it this small? Don't fear it.
That's right.
Have faith and walk it.
That's right.
That's right.
You must.
That's right.
In order to do that, if you just stay right there, that fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real anyway. So take that step of faith to walk out with another faith group to expand to help the entire community. I have always been blown away that we say that we're working toward the same goal, but we're all going in different directions. Why can't we feel that puzzle together right here? We're going to talk more and get more in depth so you'll know how you can be a part of an event that truly encompasses the entire community right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
Get a fresh cut and a fresh start at AHW Barber Academy. We focus on growth. Join us at 3822 North 9th Avenue, Pensacola, for a top-notch $6 haircut while supporting aspiring barbers. Our students learn in a real-world setting, guided by experienced professionals to become licensed barbers. Need a cut or a new career? Visit AHW Barber Academy or call 850-692-9298.
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families, and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
And welcome back to this Monday edition of Sunshine's Corner. This is the place we can have those difficult conversations, but yet you can feel safe having them. I encourage you to be a part of the conversation. If you've got questions, 850-432-7768. You can call or text. But now, do not sit there and murmur inside, think, well, I'm not gonna, No, talk to the organizers so that you can have the correct answer on what you need. Now, this event is going to be planned for when?
It's going to be March 28th, 2026 on a Saturday.
Okay.
The hours are going to be from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
Oh, look at that. You let them sleep late.
Right? Exactly. That was the whole
There's a
thing.
reason for that.
Exactly.
You know how it is on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Nobody want to get up.
That's right.
It's Saturday
That's right.
morning now.
Yeah, come on now. They're going to sit there and roll over, get in the yard and wash the car and everything else,
That's
right?
right.
Okay, so it's going to be at 1 o'clock. You don't have to get up early. You can have your breakfast. And then, I mean, you got speakers. You're planning on speakers being there and everything. You're working on a guest speaker.
Yes, we're going to guest speaker now. We're going to have raffles there. We'll probably have like a little bouncy thing for the kids, so the kids are
okay.
welcome. My biggest I want to actually put together something like a fish fry or something like that.
Ooh, wait, you
We'll
going to run
have
out of fish, man.
food.
You better go on down to Joe Patty.
Jollof rice, yeah, we'll do jollof rice.
What is that?
It's an African dish. It's rice with probably it could be goat meat in it, it could be chicken in it.
I like goat meat.
It's called, jollof rice. We'll have that there,
My daddy used to do that. That's good stuff.
Yeah, we'll have just chicken, corn, just a different meals for everybody to
Right.
have. But that's what we're going to do. We'll do like a couple of games.
Uh-huh.
But we're figuring that out now. But our biggest thing is going to be raffles and mingling.
Right.
That would be our biggest thing.
Right.
And let me talk about the location because it's somewhat unique. About 3 years ago, Reentry Alliance Pensacola acquired the former Pathways for Change building.
Right, sure did.
It's at 1551 West Blunt Street. It's about a block and a half east of Pace Boulevard on Blunt Street. That facility presently is being used as what they call a single room occupancy for homeless people. We have 14 people that are there. But most importantly, it is also the site now for the location of the 14 units, tiny homes, that is part of the a bigger project of the city of Pensacola.
Right.
And so they're using American Recovery Plan Act funds. They have purchased, in our case, 14 tiny homes that have now been placed on this property. Okay?
Wow.
There's at least one other organization right now besides us that also has a similar setup that's in process of being erected out on North Palafox.
Okay.
Another 14 tiny homes. And then the city will have another 14 that are held in reserve to figure out where the biggest need is. And so this program on this coming the Saturday on the 28th is right there at that same location, so people can see the new facilities, the new things, and it's going to be a very exciting time for us.
When Troy was telling me about the tiny homes, remember we had the car, I said, really? And I mean, all of this good stuff, I mean, that is great because these are going to be accessible for people who are in need.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Somewhere to live.
In fact, to give you an example, we're now probably within about 2 weeks of opening and we call it the New Horizons Village.
Oh.
Because it's giving people to look out to the future.
Come on
And
now.
To make that progress, our goal is to aid in the transition of people
Of course.
from that homelessness to what we call independence.
Oh,
Their
wow.
their own self-sustainability kind of a deal, so it's a temporary transitional place, and we expect that in the 14 units we have over a period of time, in the course of a year or so, we'll go through at least probably 75 people that will be making that transition from homelessness to independence.
Oh, wow.
So it's an exciting program, and bringing the community at that location gives them a chance to see more of what's being done.
Right.
And I'd be one of the first to, that this project is a cooperative project, a combination of the city of Pensacola, Opening Doors, REAP.
Right.
We're the main players, but let there be no doubt that a lot of other organizations have played a part in this, and on a regular basis, faith-based organizations provide meals, special programs and stuff, the people that will be residing there. They've been doing it now for about a year and a half for the 14. So it's an exciting project, and we see the benefit. We see the progress that people make, and it's you take someone who has been in a homeless situation.
Come on.
And it's not always people that say this person doesn't want to work. This is somebody. Sometimes they've come against some bad times.
Bad things happen to good people
that's right.
too.
That's exactly right. And so at this place, what we have found is that we can take these people, give them that chance, give them that little helping hand to help them move out.
And sometimes that's all it takes, is somebody to show that they care.
That's
that
right.
will give that person inspiration. Come on, let me get through this.
right.
I can continue to grow
That's right.
and move forward,
right.
for a new beginning.
That's right.
There's not a person in this world that hasn't needed the support of somebody
Thank
along
you.
the
That's
line,
right.
okay? And we just all have to recognize that, and we have to say, you know what? Part of my responsibility, part of the benefit that I had gotten in the past, it's now time for me to pay back
Absolutely.
and to move forward and help
Absolutely.
somebody
I
else.
love that, because that is a fact. I don't think there's no person that ever walked this earth that's going to say they didn't need somebody
That's right.
That's right.
to help
That's right.
at some point. And so this is what we're saying to you, ladies and gentlemen. Here's something that you can find out more how you can be beneficial in helping somebody else. I strongly believe that if all of the nonprofits, all of the churches will come together, because I'm sure each congregation has a certain amount of people in that church who are going through. That's why they have the programs at the church to help them out. But here's something else. Let's say, I like to share this because several years back, I did not know, right there at the foot of the 3 Mile Bridge, before you go across that park down there, I didn't know homeless people were there. So what I had done with this event, I had all this food, because I had all this food donated, right? I said, oh my God, I got to go find somewhere so I could just maybe hand out some food, because it was great, good, hot food. We had eaten all we wanted. It was full. The kids had eaten, right?
Right.
But when I drove up and I opened the van door, people came from places I didn't even know exist. But there was a gentleman that came to me, because I was taking pictures. I said, do you mind if I take a picture? I just want to share how people can come and help. He walked up to me and he said, if you don't mind, don't take my picture, because I know people know me, and I don't want them to see where I am right now. I said, but no, this is how we help somebody. But the look that was in his face, it was something that happened to him that he didn't expect that was going to happen to him. To have him in that place, to be where he was, and the way he looked, he didn't look like a homeless person, but he was homeless.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying when I say look like?
Yeah.
But I say that to say, you never know who's standing right next to you.
That's right.
Sonshine, when you talked about, you mentioned, I think it was 1,800 Escambia County students fall in that category of homeless, and it's an overwhelming number.
Yes.
But the school system, the school board, fully documents, the individuals that are in that category, and part of our responsibility as a community is to help move those people,
Exactly.
those children, whatever it may happen to be,
Exactly.
to a better place, and that's kind of what we're doing.
Exactly. And listen, when you say about the homes that you're getting with the tiny homes, isn't that what you call them, the tiny homes?
Tiny homes.
But I've seen the picture, but they're so cute. Go ahead.
They're small now. Let there be no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, if you said the ones that we looking at these are about 70 square feet.
Right.
But it has a bed.
Thank
It's
you.
got its own heater. It's got a separate air conditioner in there. It's got a cloud, like a place to hang up your clothes and stuff like that. In our units, we have an auxiliary trailer that provides. It has eight units: toilet, sink, and shower.
In the unit.
Part of that placement up there.
Really?
So it's it's great. It will be sufficient to take care of over 50 people right now.
Okay.
And we'll have 14 in the initial placement.
But you know what? It doesn't know. I think about this, ladies and gentlemen. He said, "Wait, that's not something that's small." But even though it's small, it's so much better than being outside.
That's right.
You know, and one of the things that we all kind of have to remind ourselves. You know, you say, "Oh, how can somebody live in that?" Okay, and the reality is that you have to kind of put yourself in their shoes. Okay, and so for someone who's been sleeping in the woods,
Yes.
someone who's in a tent, somebody who's been sleeping at night on a park bench or in the front part of a storefront kind
Exactly.
of deal, you say, we can, or in a car. And
Thank you.
we got people that spend a lot of time in cars.
That's what I'm saying.
saying.
Those people came out of
So,
cars
you
that
know
day.
what? Is this place better than that?
Yes, it is.
certainly is. It is a step up. And that's the whole idea is there's a progression. You make that, and you want that progression ultimately to lead to where they're in a home of their own
Exactly.
kind of deal.
Exactly.
But you have to take it step by step kind
Most
of.
certainly.
And so that's
It was a
good.
commercial that I saw where it was something. I'm always surfing the internet to find out things that benefit us here.
Right.
And it was a gentleman, I think it was here, but he came in. I don't know whether it was waterfront or whatever, but he came in. It was like 6 months ago. But he was homeless, but he was determined that he find a way that he can get back on his feet. They showed him with a key going to his house. I mean, but come on, this is places like, you see what I'm saying when we come
Right.
together?
Right.
That we can do things to help people. And you don't know what tomorrow holds for you.
Right.
We live day by day. Do you think those people chose to live like that? No.
That's right.
But things happen.
That's right.
Things happen. And that's why I think that we always need to be practicing to help somebody else. My Bible teacher said that don't look down on a man. Only time you're going to look down is when you're bending over to help pick him up. And I mean, so if we would keep that concept and to help those, because you never know what tomorrow holds. Life can change in the blinking of an eye.
That's right.
In a blinking of an eye, things can change. And but you've got to always know that I believe that when you give, when you plant those seeds, and harvest time comes around, you're gonna have a good crop. If you got them bad seeds, you guess what you're gonna have?
Right.
A bad crop.
I sure am glad you mentioned that, the seeds in the crop. You know that our organization is called REAP. And our symbol is out there in front of our buildings. We get that tree, and we recognize that the idea is that you grow, you harvest what you show.
That's right.
So,
That's it.
that's
See
the-
how we're thinking on the same line?
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a great conversation because I want you to be ready for this on March 28th. That's coming up. We're going to let you know even more how you can be a part. But I encourage you, we're going to talk about the website. You'll be able to go to the website when we come back. We got to go take our Black History commercial because this is Black History Month. And now our Black History in 2.5 minutes being brought to you by AHW Barber Academy right there on the corner of Fairfield and 9th Avenue. Go by, get your, look, you can become your own boss in 8 months and be a barber right there. Go by and talk to Ace. As well as my good friends right down the street from us, that will be Joe Morrison's Son Funeral Home. Look, they understand and they're there to help you in your time of need. Right here, we appreciate you on Sunshine's Corner.
Long before Spike Lee, John Singleton, and Julie Dash broke barriers for black cinema, Oscar Micheaux became the first major black filmmaker to produce and direct his own films. Everything entrepreneur, Oscar Micheaux left home at 16, became a train porter, and then a homesteader. Supporting a farm was anything but easy. Micheaux turned to writing as a new source of income. And in 1917, Micheaux would publish a book that altered his future forever. It was called The Homesteader, and he adapted it into a silent movie, which he produced independently. The Homesteader began Michaud's career as the first major independent producer-director of black films. His work critiqued the racist stereotypes of black people typically depicted in Hollywood films.
You are seeing a whole range of black characters on the screen, assertive, articulate, often sophisticated, strong characters who are trying to do something for themselves and the community.
His fifth film, Within Our Gates, directly rebutted the blatant racism of D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation, a 3-hour-long piece of Jim Crow-era propaganda.
Within Our Gates responds directly to Birth of a Nation. The negative, stereotypical portraits of black people that were shown there were not how black people really were. And then showing that white supremacy was really the main problem in the South.
Other films, like The Symbol of the Unconquered and Body and Soul, sought to entertain while also delivering social commentary.
He covered issues that were not being covered in film, generally speaking. Lynching, discrimination, struggles around employment, class differences amongst African Americans.
Censor boards often edited Michaud's movies or rejected them outright. He used these attempts to censor his work to his advantage, marketing uncensored versions to curious and daring audiences. Forced to fund his own work, Michaud's success was self-made. Over a career spanning more than 3 decades, Michaud created more than 35 films and is considered the most influential African-American filmmaker of his time.
I agree.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. Let me say thank you for our Black History sponsors, and that will be AHW Barber Academy. Good morning, Ace. Thank you for all that you do, taking care of lives and teaching those young people how they can be their own boss. And of course, my good friend David Hawkins, right there at Joe Marston's Son Funeral Home. I appreciate you, David, because you strongly believe in what we do. As we continue with our conversation today with REAP, bringing on a event that brings the community together. That's going to be on the 28th of March. Yes. Now, what is your website address so people can get that and go to the website?
It's reapreentry.org. Reentry Alliance, Pensacola, which is reapreentry.org.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to get that so we can pass it along so that people can make sure they find out. Now, if a person wants to talk to you, how could they do that?
Well, they can just call us at area code 850-332-6677.
Okay.
And
reach out and find out all the details.
Yes.
And what's the deadline? Now, is there a deadline? No, you can get that the same day. Look, Vinnie shaking his head.
Absolutely. I was going to say, we don't care when you come as long as you show up.
There you
We
go.
show up. Exactly.
Come the day of if you want to.
Right, that's right.
But just come up because with the space you can't fill it up right. Ooh, it's going to be outside, right? It's going to be outside, so there's a great
yes,
spot.
Yes.
But when it comes to this second chance of hope, and I think about what you're doing is giving people that entity to know that there is always a second chance, that you can try to do something really, really good. When you reach this capacity, what's your next level after you get there? Because this is going to be a success. What do you plan to do with all of that you put together to share with the community?
We're going to do other things. Like we're in the makings of something that's called Stop Pre-Offenders from Becoming Reoffenders. So all this is part of a big project.
Okay, stop pre-offenders
from becoming
reoffenders.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's going to be next. It's going to piggyback off this, which is going to help us push this thing into another level with that.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. I want to say something. I want to go back while you and Vinnie were talking earlier. I had a thought that a lot of people.
That's dangerous.
Here we go, right?
It's rolling.
That a lot of people, I'm not just saying Pensacola, I'm talking about all over the United States. Let's go there. Even myself. I used to believe that homeless were just people that were either drunks, alcoholics, and didn't want to work.
That's me. I used to think the same thing.
And that's why I need them to come to see Vinnie. You ask what would they get? I mean, what would they get? These are just not members of churches or these are the community to be involved in this. We want them to understand that homelessness, we watch women and children sleeping behind Walmart parking lots in cars, and they have jobs.
Right.
They just need a hand up, not a handout. And that's where we come in. But stop pre-offenders from becoming reoffenders, it's going to be a bigger catalyst to what we're doing now. It's going to connect with the reentry program, but it's going to be dealing with children. Because of most of our lived experiences through the people that work at REAP, we can help as peers.
Exactly.
So that you have different organizations like PACE, and you have I think I Am Kids. Or something. We have those organizations, and they're great organizations.
Right.
Because I actually spoke to them at one time.
Okay.
I talked to the children, and it was so funny how when you talk to kids and they hear your story, how they're tuned in. It's like they want to hear more of somebody's story that's been through what they've been through.
To give them that level of hope.
And that's what they're doing, because I've watched them, and someone that stands on the podium before, after me, they don't want to hear that story. Because I talked to some of the children after that, and they were saying, they don't know me. How can they judge me? And what they're saying to me is, I don't understand. They don't speak the same language as those kids.
Right.
So at the end of the day, if we can get these children to understand, hey, this is what's going to happen if you continue to do this.
Right.
Let's take you somewhere else. Let's show you something else. Let's show you some of my successes. Let's show you some of the other REAP employee successes.
Exactly.
Which you'll give them to say, you know what? You're right. I can do this. That's all. That's really all that it is. Everybody can have some form of education when they come to this fundraiser.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
You know, you said something that that I'm guilty of, because I thought the same thing. When you see a person on the street, I would always say, get a job. You know, don't be asking for this, get a job. And when we see, and if I did it, I'm sure, Vinnie said Vinnie said, maybe he thought it, you thought it. How many others are saying the same thing? And when I say that, and if we're all thinking the same way and not giving that person a chance, what is it that they're going to do next? They're going to go back and do the same thing that they're familiar with. And I think that's a great thing that now I'm going to the program where you talk about for the reoffenders, not going back and there to be a, what?
It's a pre-offender.
Pre-offenders not to be a reoffender.
Exactly.
If I only give you what you think, then I'm going to do the same thing all over again. Because I'm not giving you the opportunity to believe in you.
That's right.
That whatever happened, that you don't have to go that way. All of these dots connect. That as a community, these are the things that we need to focus on.
That's right.
I mean, we need to be able to help somebody who's gone through something. If a person who has been incarcerated, let's not look down on that person. We don't know what caused that person to do that. So let's see what we can to help them so they won't be a repeat offender.
That's right.
That's kind of how we started, 14 years ago, basically. In the reentry program, we said, all right, we started focusing on people that were just recently released from a state prison. And we said, what do they need? And we just tried to address their immediate needs, and housing and a job, number one, number two, but you also have to make sure they've got an ID card.
Of course.
You get a job, but you can't cash a check.
Right.
Where do you go?
That's right.
And so the basics, the food, the clothing, you address those immediate needs, and that's the first step. The next step is to try to make the progression, moving further and further along. Very wise man once told me, he says, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting.
Amen.
Okay? And so the reality is that part of our responsibility is to help somebody see that there's a better way. There's another way to go.
I agree.
That they don't have to be mired in that same spot forever.
Amen.
You can progress.
Amen.
And most times you need a little help.
Exactly.
We talked about that.
Exactly.
The good news is Pensacola, it's a big community, Northwest Florida. But there are lots of organizations that are out there, and you mentioned some, Troy. Opening Doors, Waterfront Rescue Mission, Bright Bridges Ministry, Favor House.
Don't forget the Dream Center.
The Dream Center.
With
Perfect
Terry Myrick,
examples. Every time you turn around, there's another organization that's filling the niche, and part of our responsibility together as a community is to help these people see that there are other organizations.
Exactly.
That they can be working together, that they should be working together. And then also to look out and see what I'm going to call the unaddressed needs.
Exactly.
You know, what are the gaps? What are the people falling through? You know, and how can we fill that gap? And how can we address those particular needs?
And you know, with this event, and I love the fact that you're bringing all of these entities together. So therefore, just what you were saying, Vinnie, that if I'm there, then I can find out, here's where I can get this. I can get this help over here. And I don't have to run all over town when I don't have the necessity to get all over town.
Frequently, we don't know that there's an organization that is providing that service.
Exactly.
You know, and so this is part of this concept is to bring them together and say, hey, we can sit around and we can.
Here's a way that I can help you.
You may be eating a hot dog or whatever may happen to be that day, kind of a deal. But we're going to talk about it and make sure that people understand that there's things out there.
Can I interject?
Yes.
Okay. We've talked about everything that's going on, everything that we're going to do to actually get the community together. Can we say just a little bit let's talk about numbers. Okay. I believe in numbers. Numbers make the world go round.
Come on, Vinnie.
And I know Vinnie needs
Come on,
to say,
Troy.
I know Vinnie needs to tell us what the numbers are.
He's my brother of a different mother, that's all.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
So Vinnie needs to tell the whole community the numbers.
Right.
I mean, Vinnie, just tell us the numbers. Let people know that this is real. This is not something we talk about. This is something that we do.
That's right.
Hit him, Vinnie.
The reality is that in our particular case, just working on the reentry side, we've had, over the last 13 years, basically, over 3,000 individuals come through our program, men and women, after being released from a period of incarceration, okay? And the rate of recidivism for us is less than 10%. That means that we are 90% successful in helping these people make that transition from incarceration to being a law-abiding, self-supporting, self-sufficient individual, a good member of our community. That's kind of what we want is to do that.
And it can be done.
And that's kind of how REAP progressed, changed somewhat, modified. Originally we were starting solely with men, and then it was men and women, okay? And then we said, you know what, there's a need. The community has a need. So many of these people are homeless, and the people that we deal with, a lot of people getting released from prison, they've got no place to go.
Right. Exactly.
Okay? And so that's how we became involved with the homeless population, and for the last 3 or 4 years, we're doing an awful lot of work with the homeless people, and our goals over the future. We've got some, bodacious goals for the future. We can say there's so much to be done. We want to continue doing that.
Absolutely.
So it's an exciting.
I'm with you 100%.
This program is just, that's another start. And as I mentioned earlier, it's something that's going to be easily replicable. And so we want that to grow to other areas.
Right.
Absolutely, no doubt. And I just got to say, I mean, Troy, Vinnie, I know that you're doing great work. And I was at an event, I got to say this, I think it was at a veterans event, and you got up and talked. You were talking about REAP and how the things that you do, and as you see, I may not say it out loud, but I follow, I see, and I see that the passion that you have for that, for what you're doing, is not just something you're talking about.
That's right.
You feel it here. It's a passion that you see a need, and you're trying to fill it.
I think it was with the Vet CV organization.
Yes, exactly. That's what it was.
It's funny. Troy and I are both veterans. In fact, we're both Marines.
Exactly. I remember that. I remember.
That was another reason why I liked him so much.
Yeah, that's what he said too when he hired me.
I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a great conversation today, and I hope that you are taking in. Do not let this be a damn. I don't want to talk about that. Yes, you do. We need to put all of our resources together. We need to spread the word. Talk about this and put this out in the community.
That's right.
Let's talk about that. We're going to run and take a break and come back, and we're going to talk more ways that you can be a part. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Right here on Sonshine Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if auto owners make sense for you.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to this Monday edition of Sunshine's Corner. I want to talk about this as far as inclusiveness. We said the fire department, we said the police department going to be a part of this, the sheriff's department going to be a part of this, so they can come out and also help get this word out. Will they?
Yes.
Okay.
We've already sent letters to them, like I want to say 1 or 2 months prior to this.
Okay.
To let them know what we were trying to do. And Travis Tompkins, he's also with the emergency systems.
Okay.
He's also involved in this. And everybody's saying it's a great idea. But like I said, we'll see what happens on March 28th.
That's right.
I believe, like you believe, I'm an optimist all the way through.
Always.
I'm an optimist.
Always.
I believe that people are going to come.
I
believe people are going to want to understand what's going on. I believe that people want to understand. But
I
right
agree.
now we're going to give them a chance.
You know.
Give them a chance.
You know, when you say that, and when we put together, when you put together something like this, this is great.
See, we already got you in the community.
Yeah, I know, I like that, exactly. I like that pronoun, yeah.
It's working.
Exactly, yeah.
It is. But you know, to take the time to put this together because you see the need. And you're not just going to sit there and talk about it, you are moving forward to make it happen.
That's right.
This is why I say, open up, community. Come on out. All of these other nonprofits that are doing all of these things, and it behooves me that not everyone in Pensacola that has a nonprofit that won't be there, because of the fact you're coming together to reach to help those that are in need of the services that you all provide, so that these people can find out the information that they want. You said something I agree with 100%. I hate going to an event, all I see is a table with cards on it. No, talk to me. Share your knowledge with me. And don't be afraid that what you want to give to me, that you're afraid to give it to me personally. Bring it to me so I can understand, so I'll know where I can go. Ladies and gentlemen, these gentlemen have sat back and put together an event that's going to benefit those that are in need. When you said that their children that are living in their cars with their parents because of something that has happened to cause them not to have a place to lay their head. But can you imagine, I always say, take yourself and put yourself in that spot. Just imagine that's you. How would you feel? Children especially. Let's come together to work together so that we can have a safer community, even for the ones that are going through difficulty. I've heard people say, oh yeah, I saw those people, they were out there asking for something, they went and got in a car. Now I understand why. They lost their home, but they're still out trying to get something for the children.
And they have jobs.
And they have a job.
They have jobs.
One of the problems that's facing communities throughout our country is the fact that the price of housing has gotten so high.
Oh my God, yes.
And the number of affordable houses is so small that people don't have much of a choice.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, all of a sudden, the number of homeless people is increasing on a,
daily,
exponentially.
I tell you.
And so the reality is that in order to stop it, we've got to take strong, effective action now you know, and when we say that, it's got to be our federal government. It's got to be our state government. It's got to be our county governments. It's got to be the churches. It's got to be the nonprofit organizations, the civic clubs, the Rotaries, and you know, the Quantum. All those people together, faith-based organizations, got to step up and say, "I can do something." Together, we can do it all.
I agree with you 100%. Right. I can't believe we're down to 2 minutes. Can you believe we've talked an hour?
No.
Yeah.
Troy
told me he was going to talk all the time.
Nah, he didn't.
We're not done yet.
Sunshine, you and I kept him from
doing that. We kept it going all the way. I mean, but it is so beautiful what you're doing, and I'm behind you. And I tell you, we got to make sure that we talk about this again before. I got to keep this going about the fact that come on the 28th. But I want people to realize that, I mean, coming together is easy. If you say it, blow my mind. Take me where I've never gone before. You say that you're working toward the same goals, so let's come together and work toward that goal and make it even bigger. I strongly believe that if we come together, put all of our resources together, I say it every day, there's nothing that we can't do. But we got to be willing to take the step. Take the I out of the equation and let us do this.
Absolutely.
Watch what a huge impact we're going to have. I say thank you guys for coming in so early for me today so we can talk about it.
Sunshine is our pleasure.
Oh, really thank you so very much
for what you do. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get out of here. It's been a fantastic day. But I want to leave you as I do every single day. Never, ever, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember this. If you keep God first in everything that you do, I guarantee you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow for another day of knowledge, and I believe that knowledge is power. Know that I love you, my dear friends, with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. Have a great day and tell somebody that you love them and mean it by what you do. Until then, have a great day and thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.